Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. We come to you each week, today with Mailbag Monday. And it's a compilation of questions and activities and experiences.
Coming to you from Florida, the central part of the state, in the Villages.
That's right, 60 miles north of Orlando. It's where the people flock to when they have hurricanes on the coast. We love it here. The largest retirement community in the world.
And the friendliest hometown.
Yeah,
That's
Florida's friendliest hometown. That's what they say. And we got a great show for you today. On today's show, the new golf rates are out.
Who makes decisions in the Villages?
If you have a limited time to come here, what should you do?
Why do some villages have guard shacks and others don't?
A new bubble wrap?
Hi, Jerry and Linda. Recently here in the Villages, a house caught fire, and the cause was deemed to be a lithium-ion battery charging in the garage. I'll have some safety tips on this week's bubble wrap.
A new Ask Amy? And a whole lot more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
Hey, this is a great time to subscribe. You see that little box down there? Huh? That's your subscription box. If you're on your phone, I think you can hit that and it'll help you subscribe. If you're on your TV, I don't even know you're out of luck. But please, subscribe. We need it. Hey, we're creeping toward 100,000. Help us get there, please. Be one of the exclusive clubs. And remember, we're going to have 2 mega contests coming up. You must be a subscriber to win. And each one is going to have a prize over $1,000. So you'll want to be in that for sure. Thanks for tuning in to Wednesday Night Live. We didn't have a speaker.
No, we didn't. We just chit-chatted with everybody who wanted to listen, and we had a really nice turnout.
It was a great show. I love hearing from everybody. It's funny, and people get on, and it's a good time. We'll have another one this coming Wednesday, so mark it on your calendars. Wednesday night at 7. Join us for a live call-in show. We're working on a special guest. I don't want to say who it is. I said this last week. It didn't work out. It may not work out again, but we're trying. We always try. Ordinarily, we would have a viewer video at this time, but you didn't send one in. So please, if you want to read one of your questions so that we can see your face, see how disgusted you are,
Or how happy you are.
or how happy and pleased you are about everything. We went boating. We went on a pontoon boat, Lake Harris Boat Rentals. That's close. It's so close. We usually drive a lot further when we go out on boats, but we got to do this right out of Leesburg. It's a wonderful situation. Right there at that restaurant, Ski Beach, next door to it, at the marina, is Lake Harris Boat Rentals, and we took a fishing pontoon boat out with the grandkids. We had a really nice time.
We did.
That boat was deluxe.
It was beautiful. The weather started to be, it was a little bit iffy right at first. It was raining in the morning, about between 7 and 9, and then it cleared up, and we had
Miraculously,
a
when we got on the boat, the weather was beautiful. It had a trolling motor. It had a live well. It had an anchor, and it had best of all for me,
Yeah,
it had a beautiful canopy on it. Yeah.
It was really nice, and a lot of seating. Had an actual table in the middle of it. We could put drinks.
Yeah, I liked it. I had a good time.
It was a fun day.
Yeah. So that's Lake Harris Boat Rentals, if any of you are interested. We found it to be a wonderful activity for the grandkids.
Yeah.
We went to the square. We've just been here and there. Anytime you have the grandkids, you try to entertain, and that's what we do. We entertain. In fact, we're babysitting right now. If you call it that. They're 13 and 11. It's a perfect age to be a grandparent.
Not babysitting, it's preteen.
Yeah, there's no diapers. They're old enough to smack. It's perfect.
We don't smack them.
No,
don't smack 'em.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're great kids. Oh, what's so sweet is thank you, Grandma, thank you, Grandpa. We're hearing a lot of that. And they're getting up and taking their dishes to the sink and washing them off. I'm going, whoa, their parents must have really talked to them this time.
They take after their grandpa.
If you want Grandma and Grandpa to watch you, you better be really, really good to put the fear of the devil in them.
Jill Mozina writes, too boring, too expensive, houses too close together, too many rules. It's not boring, Jill.
No.
Too expensive? I don't know. If it's too expensive in our modest designer home, and a lot of people, like I said, that we know, and then you're going to have a hard time living anywhere. I know people that leave Connecticut, leave Illinois, leave Massachusetts, leave New York, leave Maryland. They're paying a lot for their homes,
Yeah.
you know. And other things day to day, I don't know about. I don't think it's too expensive. I would like everything to be cheaper.
That's true. And as far as rules, too many rules, we were teachers. We're rule followers, and we like rules. The country's based on rules. Everything's based on rules. Rules are good.
Well, I mean, unless we want to break them, right? But, we have lived places in the past where people treated their backyard like a junk pile, and they would leave old mowers out, or when a screen door breaks, just toss it in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's not good. That's not good. We spent more for this home. It's our most expensive home ever. And we're proud of it. We love it. We like the clean look here. That's the thing when you come to the villages. It's impressive. And not that we're trying to impress anybody, but it's great to live in a community where people have pride in their homes.
Yeah, I love it.
People work hard here to keep their homes nice, and that's great. And, houses too close together, you got me on that one. The homes are all close together, and they shoehorn them in there. They want as many homes on each track as they can get, believe me. They could have easily eliminated a couple of homes on every street and spaced them out a little bit, but then they wouldn't have sold those extra lots and homes. So, yeah, I got you. Too many rules. We like the rules. Again, unless it's one we don't like.
This next question says, it's from Kay. She says, "Hi, Jerry and Linda. Do you find your outdoor metals, examples, air conditioning units, the generators, patio furniture, fans, etc., become corroded from salt in the air, similar to coastal areas in Florida? Or are you far enough from the ocean and Gulf that you don't experience this?"
Quick answer is we don't notice it at all.
No.
We have a lamp post out front. We have a metal sign with our name on it. We have a gas grill in the backyard for years. We have metal chairs outside, and we haven't noticed it at all where we are now. We're at least 60 miles from the coast, so maybe that's it. And the cars, man, do you remember when cars used to rust out?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We used to buy extra rust proofing underneath them. We've had cars, I had a beautiful truck rusted all the way through on the bottom of the doors. And we had it fixed and it rusted through again. That's in Indiana. Yeah. So they're making cars better, and they must be making furniture better too. But nope, we haven't had any trouble at all, have we?
No, not so far.
Knocking on wood. Hey, the new golf rates are out. You can find this, by the way, on thevillages.com. They'll have a section for golf, and you can look at the golf rates. They are really affordable in the summertime, and you will get some beautiful days like today. Today was really beautiful. Although the new rates are just now in effect. They come in effect yesterday on June 1st. But I'm going to give you an idea of what you can play for. If you're a resident here, and that's what we really care about. We care about what the resident rate is. The rates to play are $23 if you play later in the day. $23. That's a far cry from the 80 plus bucks that they were during the peak season. Yeah. I myself prefer to play 9 holes late in the day, $11.50. And then they charge you tax on top of that. But so it's $12 and something, and you can play a round of golf, or at least 9 holes of golf, right here on these championship courses, which are really nice. Of course, when peak season's over, the courses need to recover a little bit. It's a good thing for us residents, but you don't want to play when it's 1 and 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in late June, July, August, because it's hot. It's really, really hot. That's why they knock the rates down. They do get some play at that time now because the rates are lower, and we take advantage of that. The golf rates are right there for you. Lots of information online for you.
This next question is from Tom Henry. First of all, I'd like to thank you for all you guys do.
Hey, we went to Donut King. We got donuts for tomorrow morning.
That's what we're thinking about right now.
Why don't they make enough of those caramel long johns? They don't. They're always sold out of those things. Caramel long johns. That's where it's at, people. Come on.
Yes. This next question is from Tom Henry. First of all, I'd like to thank for all you guys do to help others. You helped us so much in our preparation to move down here permanently. My question is, why do some villages have guard shacks while others do not? And are those shacks manned all night? I think they have the ones that are on really busy intersections like Morse or Buena Vista. A lot of those, many of those villages that are right off the main roads have guard shacks to keep the traffic down, right?
Yeah, it's a puzzler to me because you got Osceola Hills down there off Morse that has a guard shack.
Yeah.
On Hillsborough Trail, one end has a guard shack, the other end doesn't. They're both busy. What's the rationale?
Don't know.
It's your question.
We don't know.
We don't know.
And we don't think they stay all night, 24/7. We think they leave around midnight,
Well, who we? Why you say we?
because that's what I heard.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Gosh. They used to stay all night, but I don't think they do anymore. But tell us, does the guard shack near you stay all night? That's one of the things about the villages we're going to talk about a little later, getting information. Mm-hmm. You can't call a guard shack. You can't call and say, hey, how late you going to be there? What you have to do is drive through and say, hey, how long are you going to be here tonight? And then they'll think you're going to come back and rob them or something.
Right, yeah. I don't know, but they do have community watch that goes through your villages throughout the nights, especially if you have requested that they come to your home and go around your home and visit. Say you're gone or whatever, they will keep a watch. So that's comforting.
And there's a camera at every one of the entrances, whether it is all the gates have a camera, and that's one way they can keep track of who's coming and going.
That's right.
But you know what? What is true today might not be true in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They change things all the time. And I'm not saying they're bad changes or good changes, but they change. And so it's hard to keep current on who's in the guard shack, how long, and we'll see what we can find out. It's her question. She's on it. It's time for bubble wrap. Now, all of us have lithium batteries in our home. And the news, if you watch, will quite often have a bad or sad story about lithium batteries catching fire. Here's Peter Bernard to answer those questions.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. On this edition of Bubble Wrap, I'm going to talk about the safety of lithium-ion batteries. You find them in cell phones, garden tools, e-bikes, all kinds of stuff around your house, and they can be dangerous. They pack a lot of power and can be recharged over and over again. Lithium-ion batteries are showing up everywhere in your house, not just in your cell phone. They power my air compressor, my e-bikes, my golf cart, even my cars. But all that energy is proving to be a potential hazard. Just recently, as documented in Village's News, a resident's house caught fire, and the culprit was a lithium battery left on charge in the garage. Here are more examples. This laptop burst into flames, with smoke and fire spreading quickly. This e-scooter erupted in a fire, and this e-bike exploded, shooting sparks and heavy smoke. Short of getting rid of lithium-ion batteries, there are some basic safety tips that I found that can keep you safe. Always use the correct charger. Never try to mix and match. Always charge in a dry, flat area. Always away from heat sources like the sun. And here's a big one. While some websites suggest you never charge indoors, I say always do that, with the charging to be done in plain sight within your home. I always charge my batteries near the kitchen. It's cool, and I can keep tabs on what's going on. I recommend you never charge in your garage where the operation is out of sight. Lithium batteries usually have a warning about fires, but it doesn't go into detail. So here's another tip that could save your life or your house. Never charge a damaged battery. If you drop one, inspect it for bulges. Cars and golf cars have a good battery management system on board to prevent problems like overcharging. On other items, unplug them once they are charged. And just to be safe, I installed this battery-operated, internet-connected smoke alarm in my garage. If something goes haywire, I'll get an alert on my phone. They can be handy and they store a lot of power, but boy, these lithium-ion batteries can be dangerous. Follow some of these easy steps and you will stay safe. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. It's always good to learn how we can be a little bit safer. Us, for example, I'll bet we have 10 cordless batteries. Or I don't know, so they're all batteries are cordless, but you know what I mean. And we also have the electric golf cart. And so it's something to be thinking about. And thank you for that. Oh gosh, I don't want one more thing to worry about.
Hey Jerry and Linda, this is Sydney at Pittman Law Office. I wanted to send a quick video about who you should name as your healthcare surrogate. So a healthcare surrogate is the person that makes your medical decisions for you in the event that you are incapacitated. So if you are temporarily incapacitated because you're under general anesthesia, or if you're at the end and you need hospice care, who's going to make those decisions about the type of treatment you will be receiving? So the person that I normally recommend that you name is somebody that knows your wishes, whether that is a close family member, a spouse, a child, a stepchild, a friend that you've met here in the villages that is going to have closeness to you to be able to make quick decisions in the event of an emergency. Somebody maybe that's local can be helpful, but if it's a child, they will figure it out. No, typically people that don't have family members, they'll ask, who should I name? There are some fiduciaries that can serve for you to make your healthcare decisions, but typically I would recommend somebody that has a relationship with you. Even if it's just a friend, I would still recommend that so that they know what your personal wishes are and so that you can have a discussion with them.
Thank you, Sydney. Hey, Sydney is part of the law firm at Pittman Law Office. That's up in the Oxford area, right at the, basically at the corner of 301 and 466. And we appreciate them and their expertise. They're nice. And you'll never find a prettier team of lawyers than they have up there at Pittman.
It's time for Pet of the Week.
This is our Grandpappy Bug. He used to live with us and his mom in Minnesota, but now he lives in Delray Beach in Florida.
Bug doesn't know it yet, but he is super excited because his grandparents are building a place in the villages and he can't wait to visit them.
Yeah, don't worry. You know you.
Bug loves to fetch. He's quite good at it.
The other thing Bug loves to do is protect us. A lot. Bug has made a new friend in Delray. Her name is Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel. Come on, Bug. Let's see.
Here they go.
The two Weens. The Queen Ween and King Bug. Come on, Bug. The grass is kind of long for this little guy. Plus that, he tends to get hot kind of fast. Another thing Bug loves to do, keep us clean. Bug is an excellent cuddler and his Gam loves it. Right, Bug?
It's time to leave Delray and go back to Minnesota, and that's always sad to say goodbye to our little Bug. But you know what? Bug, we'll just see you when we get there.
That's Bug. Now, I didn't realize it at first, but Bug's a dachshund. I thought he was big, but she said he's a miniature.
Aw,
You don't like dachshunds, do you?
I love them. I love them.
And his little girlfriend, Wiener Schnitzel.
What a cute
Cute.
name. That's
They're
cute.
really
Real
cute. Yeah. Thank you for sending that in. Anybody with a pet that you're proud of, send it in. About a minute long. Just tell us all about it. Get down on the level with it. And you know you want to send it in. You don't want your dog. What if your dog sees these? A lot of dogs watch our show. What if it sees, or cat, or gerbil, watches our show and sees that somebody else sent their pet in, but you didn't?
Yeah.
That's going to hurt their feelings.
They are.
Come on, send us in. Evans Prairie is one of the country clubs. I don't know how many there are. There are 12 or 13 country clubs. And it's really close to our home. It's one of the very closest country clubs. And we went over there for lunch. And we met our good friend, Mr. Don Wiley. Yeah. And Mark and Lori Doral were there. And we had a great lunch. Yeah. We went around and photographed everybody's plate to give you an idea. I'm not going to recap what everybody got because I tell you I forgot what they got. But I know what I got. I got a cheeseburger. Stunner.
Yeah.
And you got?
I got a chicken salad, and it was quite big. In fact, I had to take half of it home. I mean, they crammed so much chicken salad on this piece of bread. I thought, oh my goodness. So it was very good. So, and then those kettle chips, those fried chips, homemade chips they have, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got my fries well done, as always. And I think Don, he ordered some kind of salad. He's trying to make me look bad. Gold wing nut making me look bad. But we had a really good lunch. Evans Prairie is just, I mean, really, if you shut your eyes in one of those country clubs, you don't even know which one you're in. Is it right?
That's true.
We were inside. We couldn't see outside. We were just in a room. You know, they're all the same. They all have good food. They all have good staff.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. And we appreciated it. I know my hamburger was about $15. Yeah. And I think your chicken salad was somewhere in that range. Yeah. So that's what they are. You get your $5 drink on top of it.
That's why I order water.
Yeah. I always get sweet tea. Man, they made some good sweet tea though.
Yeah, they did.
So that's our out and about. It's to one of our country clubs. It could have been any of them. So just if you're thinking about our out and about, it'd just be the country clubs.
The country clubs.
The country clubs.
They're good. They're good. This next question is from Mia, and she says, I'm coming to the Villages on June 3rd. That's coming right up in a couple days here. And staying for 2 weeks. Tomorrow, yeah. I plan on moving there, but I don't know exactly when. I want to get to know the Villages, but it's so huge. I don't know where to start. I would love to experience as much as I can while I'm there. I was hoping you might have some ideas for me. Yes, it is huge. We always say get in a golf cart and go, go, go. But if you want to experience the whole entire thing and you want to know from the north to south, you're going to need your car. And you can start and go from the top to the bottom. It's going to take a good, 45 minutes to do the whole thing in by car. Maybe
or more.
Maybe even more to get to the new section. You're going to be just like, your mouth's going to drop open how big it is and expansive it is. But each area is different. A different feeling. So definitely do that if you're doing the lifestyle visit. And if you get a golf cart, get in it and go, go, go.
She's not doing a lifestyle. She is staying for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Unless she would be 1 week and then another. The lifestyle visits are usually 1 week or 4 days. Mm-hmm. Either one you can take.
Yeah.
But if you come for a lifestyle, you're going to be down at Well Point, way down yonder.
Yeah.
And that's not close to a lot of things that we visit on a regular basis. That's way down there. It's probably at least a half hour's cart ride from our house, you think? Mm-hmm. I think so. And then our house from the northern part of the village is a 45-minute cart ride. So you're going to have a long trip without even stopping to enjoy what you're seeing if you're going to go from point A to point Z in that golf cart.
Yeah.
You're going to be hauling the mail to get there in an hour and 15 or 20 minutes or more. So I would encourage you to stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Meet as many people as you can. When we go to the pool, everybody gravitates to each other in the pool. You just kind of float over and say, hey, hi, how are you? Do you live in Dunedin or do you live in, Fernandina or whatever the thing is? And say, where are you from? I'm blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's how you make friends.
Yeah.
And meet the people because that's the strength of the Villages. get their thoughts. Is it really too crowded during snowbird season? Is it getting too expensive? You know, find out their thoughts, and that's the main thing. Go to the town squares. When you sit there to listen to the music, don't just sit there. Talk to the person next to you.
Yeah.
When you're out on the dance floor, if you're single especially, find somebody to dance with, you know, and talk to them. Try to go to some of the clubs or activities if you can, and strike up conversations. Those are the big keys. You want to find out what people really think of the villages.
Right.
The neighborhoods are all nice. All the neighborhoods are nice.
They are very nice. I would go to town squares. I would go to some of the rec centers and see how they're decorated. I'd pick about 3 or 4 rec
Who
centers
cares,
to go
really?
into.
Who cares?
They give you a feeling of fun because you'll say, oh, wow, you can go here and play pool, or you can go do an exercise class, you can do yoga. And they're all decorated differently. So it's kind of fun to see a combination of 4 or 5 of them. And you
Yeah, but what is that really? I mean,
Play
I told
bocce.
you the country clubs, once you're inside of them, you don't even know which one you're in. Same with the rec centers, except for the motif. You know, you're down at Franklin, you got the watermelons. You're at Sea Breeze, you got the coastal.
Coastal.
But they all have pool tables, or you know, all the bigger ones have pool tables, or they'll have a swimming pool, or they'll have bocce courts and shuffleboard courts. They're going to offer the same things, but visit a few of them and just kind of get a feel for that. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Do you agree that they're mostly the same?
No, they're not the same. All of them are decorated differently, and they have a different feel. The Everglades feels different from Ezel. The aviary feels different from the others. They do. They just feel different.
But
when you walk in.
only girls would care about that. Most of our viewers are men.
Well, I do think it was from Mia. So
Yeah, it was from me.
anyway,
All right,
you're going to
Mia.
have a good time. So enjoy your time here and experience the wonderful lifestyle.
Yeah, but the men just want to know, hey, how fast does your golf cart go? You know?
Take a look at going down the street and seeing all the different golf carts. You're just going to enjoy it. You're going to have a blast.
If you're a golfer, play a bunch of different courses.
Yeah.
You know, just do the things that you like to do and meet people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I forgot who wrote this question. I chopped their name off. But they asked, I think you mentioned there are no homeowners associations. In that case, who makes the rules about paint color, etc.? Well, the first part's easy. You know, that's you have deed restrictions, and you have an architectural review committee that will go over, things that you're planning to do to your home. Any exterior things have to be okay. The paint color is one of them. Mm-hmm. Now, inside, you could paint your house paisley inside. Nobody cares. You could put down shag carpet. You could put down concrete floors. Nobody's going to care. But outside, you have the Architectural Review Committee. But that brings us to what I said earlier. You need to go to the websites of the villages. Mm-hmm. You know, this districtgov.org. That is a huge one. And you've got thevillages.com. And they will invite you on that page to explore the districts. And they have 15 residential districts. And they don't all have the same rules. You might think they have the same rules, but they don't, especially the older ones. They're different. It's hard to know who to call when you have a question or a problem because there are different rules and regulations depending on where you live, and a different group is in charge of that. Usually you have a district development board in your district that makes decisions concerning your district. But as far as what you ask about, the paint colors, whether you can plant a certain tree, whether you can add onto your driveway, that is the Architectural Review Committee. You will submit an application, and they will review that application. But that website, districtgov.org, it's a wealth of information. Please go there and look, and they will tell you all about the districts. They'll tell you what each one means. Kenny Blocker is the district manager, and that's a big job. You can't even imagine. Look at the things they have to oversee. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah. And I've got a list here, but my papers are stuck together because I had pancakes and syrup this morning right here.
Every page is stuck to the table. I've washed this table 3 times today. What'd you do, just pour it on the table?
If you just washed it once and did it right, we'd be all right.
If you not miss your bail.
But here's a list. I'll try to put it on the screen. Architectural review is one thing. Bills, bonds, you've got a bond on your home. Assessments, community watch has to be overseen. Is that right? It has to be overseen? Has to be oversawed?
Not oversawed.
Deed compliance. That's the one where your neighbors can turn you in if you've got your big flamingos out in the yard. Golf is another thing to be looked at, and that is a huge undertaking. ID cards, access cards, landscaping, personal property. The multimodal trails, how's that for a big responsibility to take care of? Miles and miles and miles of multimodal trails and roadways, public safety, recreation, parks, and there's even more.
Yeah.
But it's a big job. There's not one answer for anything, but boy, they really do try to put frequently asked questions online. So visit those places, and hopefully it won't put us out of a job. But we appreciate your question.
It's time for word jumble.
Yes, it is. Last week, it was very cryptic. It was a difficult word jumble, but many people got it because that's the kind of people that live in the villages, that want to move to the villages and like to watch our show. Smart people. And the clue was, it is the lowest of the highest. And I threw in there that it had to do with Florida. Okay, and you thought the lowest of the highest. Well, what's the highest of Florida? And you looked it up and you found it was Britton Hill. Britton Hill was the answer, and that's great. So many of you were Columbos on that. Today, the largest group of redheads in the villages. Now remember, if you know the answer, don't put it in the comments, because everybody that reads that will go, that jerk put it in the comments. Don't do that.
Do that.
Just let us know that you know, because you're witty, and it's fun to read how you let me know that you know.
Well, it's time for entertainment. In the villages, you're going to have so much fun being entertained by local artists. You're going to have bands from locally, and you might have some come from Orlando and surrounding areas. But also, you're going to have the Savannah Center to go to, one of our theaters. And on June 11th coming up, we have the Southern Cross Tribute, which is Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young group. And then on June 12th, China Grove, and that's the Doobie Brothers tribute. And on June 13th, the Nightbird, and that's the ultimate tribute to Stevie Nicks. And then, just for fun, I thought you might want to know about this one. They're going to have a comedy stand. I'm going to read this with my glasses on. It's a comedy night at the Everglades Rec Center at 6:30, and it's $20 a person. And they're going to be 3 guest comedians: Kojo Prince, Ray Andrade, and Marcus Crespo. And they say bring your own drinks and snacks. So I guess at your own table. So it's going to be a fun night. That's going to be fun.
Nice job on those names.
All right, thank you. And then at the Studio Theater, it's playing between May 30th and June 28th is I Love You.
Love you too.
You're perfect.
You are too.
Now change. I love you. You're perfect. Now change. So what a fun show is that? The sweet this week is from Sandy. I've been watching for a couple of years. Enjoy every show. We moved from Northern Illinois in August of 2021, landed in Inglewood near beaches. Your show was so helpful to us while making the move. Keep doing what you do and enjoy paradise.
That's nice. That's somebody that did not move to the villages but still watched our show.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot of viewers that moved to Florida, but not to the villages. So we're glad that you found some of what we give you helpful.
Yeah.
That's nice. Al wrote this one. What a worthless video. Thanks for wasting my time.
You're welcome.
Hey, you know what I said to him? Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
You know, I never understood why anybody watches something they don't want to watch. I never watch anything I don't want to watch.
We just turn a channel.
We turn the channel, yeah, for sure. But, we're just telling it like we see it, and we're having a good time. You can tell. I mean, hey, we don't guarantee any of our answers to be correct. We have a great time. We'll never lie to you, but that's just, it's just the way it is. But Al, Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to tell me how worthless our show was. And
Waste
you
of
took the
time.
time to write that letter. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's time for shout outs.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
Well, we did something stupid last week.
He did it.
We did something stupid.
He did it.
I said on Facebook, hey, we love you guys. Send us a picture of yourself. We got 500 pictures. So then I had to go through, and I love them all.
Yeah.
So I put a heart on every one. You know, that's another thing the Villages does for you. Tell me in the comments if this is true for you if you live here. When you lived back in your hometown, you were friendly, you were nice, you loved people, but down here you love lots of people, don't you? You want to put that heart emoji out there. It's so corny. That would have been so corny for me 10 years ago to put a heart emoji out there.
Yeah.
But now I do. These people that watch our show,
You're throwing hearts everywhere.
you know, it's just fantastic. And all of them sent the pictures, so I had to actually manually save every one of those pictures into a file. And I was just going to put it here for you today. But there's way, way, way too many, so it's going to become its own show. I'll put some snappy music in there and I'll show these wonderful people, and it'll be your show. You'll be starring in our show. But I still have some here, and I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at them. And we consider all of you friends of our channel. And honestly, many of our very best friends that we have here in the Villages are viewers that we got to know.
Yeah.
So thank every single one of you. And that's going to do it for this edition of
Mailbag Monday.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, neighbors, relatives, and everybody you know. Until next time.
See you when you get here.
We've got a sticky situation on this table.
Yeah, that was from pancakes.
Somebody ever sat here spilled it all over the
Oh, who's that here?
I did it in my head.
What?
We're going to start off. Well, I'm laying our intro to the questions.
Gotcha.
Thanks for making this go fast.
We're on air.
Did you touch my hand? Here's Peter Bernard. We're recording. You know what happens when you say no bloopers? I end up making all the bloopers.
This next question is from John Henry. Jerry and Linda.
John
First
Henry.
of all, I'd
Did
like
you say
to,
John Henry?
I said John Henry. Okay.
It's not John Henry, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's Tom Henry. Oh, blinded.
Put down your head, Tom Henry.
All
No,
right. First of all,
it was
I'd
John
like,
Henry. Was he a steel driving man? Yeah. Let's roll right from one to the next. Boom, 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 boom. And our hands are very visible. So let's keep them in a locked in place. That's your good place, right over left, over the wrist. Okay. Did you want to say more?
no, I didn't know which one to say.
Jump in there.
I know.
Jump in there. That they reduce these rates and let the visitors get it. That's all stupid. That was stupid. I'm going to start all over again. Golly. We wanted this to go so smooth, and here we are. I'm going to be editing till the cows come home.
First of all, I'd like to thank you. You are just kind of
Cordless batteries. I've never seen a cord on a battery.
cordless tools.
See you when you get here. That wasn't perky enough, was it? See you when you get here.